Hi guys! So, last video I showed you the planners that I'm going to be taking with me from 2020 into 2021, and this time I wanted to show you the new planners that I am going to be starting at the beginning of 2021. So as you can see, there's a whole stack here. Some of them are planners and some of them are journals, and in some cases they're replacing a similar planner that I used in 2020, while in other cases this is actually something new or different that I'm adding to my lineup. So let's go through them one by one from smallest to biggest. So the first one that we're going to be looking at is the A6 English planner from Hobonichi, and I'm going to be using this as my daily journal. So this is actually the third year that I'm going to be using one of these. I started in 2019 and then I also had one in 2020, which I'm now just about completing. And I basically just use this to kind of like, you know, sort of log my thoughts and things that I'm worrying about and try to find solutions to problems on a daily basis. And I just use pen, no decoration, and I really like it because the A6 format is kind of manageable enough that I don't feel like it's overwhelming writing an entry a day. But it's also enough that I feel like I can kind of get stuck into it if I've got a problem that I'm trying to solve or a worry that I'm, you know, trying to reassure myself about. So I think that this works really well for me, and I like the fact that it's dated because that kind of puts a little bit of pressure on me to use it every day. I feel like if I was using an undated planner like an A6 Stelligy, that I might just kind of drift because, you know, there's nothing there like forcing me to use it. So this is really perfect for me as a daily journal, and I'm looking forward to finishing the last like kind of 5 or 6 weeks in this one and then starting on this nice new fresh one. So that is the first one in my new lineup. The second one is also a Hobonichi. This is a Hobonichi Weeks. The Embrace the Constellations design. It's a standard Weeks, which I have already stick rated quite a bit, so it's already looking fat and chunky. And that is also replacing a similar planner. This is my 2020 Weeks, which is in a beautiful cover from So What Else Is New. I'll leave her shop link down below. So for 2020 I had a Mega Weeks, and that's because I was planning to use this as a personal planner where I write down all of my non-work related plans and to-dos and lists, but also to use it as a daily planner. And at some point during 2020 I switched to using a B6 Stelligy as a daily planner, which I liked a lot better, and so I realized that I didn't need a Mega Weeks for 2021, and I decided to switch to a standard. I actually have also decided that from now on, I think for the foreseeable future, I'm only going to be buying standard Weeks because I love the fact that you can get the beautiful artist covers and, you know, the really cool, interesting designs in the standard, whereas for the Mega Weeks, it's pretty much only the solid colors, which are kind of, I like them, but I feel like these ones are more exciting. So I've already set this up as I showed you in a video a while ago. I kind of set it up basically as soon as I could get away with it. So I put tons of stickers in it, mostly from the Happy Planner, but some from Sweet Kawaii Design, like this beautiful full page sticker. And I'm going to be using it in the same way that I used my personal planner in 2020. So I use the monthlies for tracking, like household things that we've done, and also online orders that are not planner related, because I have a separate planner where I keep track of my planner purchases, which I will show you in a minute. And I use the weeklies for to-dos, and sometimes I use it for like kind of logging various things, like if I'm taking medicine or exercise, but normally I just use it for to-dos and shopping lists and stuff like that. And I've already sticker rated quite a bit of this because I just wanted to have it ready so that I can use it and I don't have to worry about decorating it like kind of on a weekly basis or on a daily basis, so that I can just go to it and write in it, because that's what I'm used to having my personal planner for, is like very practical, but I also wanted it to be a bit fun and colorful. And then I've also set up a couple of spreads in the note pages, so TV shows that we want to watch, our dog vaccination schedule, online shops to remember, crime boxes. So James and I have recently got into crime subscriptions and crime boxes like Hunt a Killer, and there are a couple of other ones as well that I want to keep track of so that I can check when they come out with a new case. And then I'm just going to fill the rest of it in like this with lists, and I'll do a bit of sticker rating and then just write in it. So this is my personal planner, and I cannot wait for next week. It's basically, it starts next Monday, so I just have to wait 1 week and 1 day, and then I can start using this, and I'm super excited about that. So that is my second new planner for 2021. Then the third one is this B6 Plus Leuchtturm monthly planner and notebook. And this is another one that is replacing a planner that I'm already using of the same type. So this is my 2020 Leuchtturm B6 monthly planner and notebook, and this is my planner. So this is basically everything to do with my planner hobby. So I put in video schedules, I put in video ideas, I put in planner wish lists, I put in orders, and then I do lots of planner related journaling and lists. So like things that I might be able to do with a planner that I really covet but haven't been able to find a use for. Here, for example, I was thinking about ordering a second weeks, and I have still up until now resisted that, but the temptation is very strong because even though I decided in the end to go with the Constellations weeks, I am absolutely in love with the Swallows weeks. And there's a shop in the UK that sells them, and so I've just been looking at that, you know, like kind of every couple of days and telling myself, no, I don't need another weeks, I don't need another weeks. But, you know, I spent a little bit of time thinking about how I might actually be able to use a second weeks. And, you know, things like my current planner routine, planners I use on a daily basis, planners I use on a weekly basis, undated planners, just basically anything to do with planning. And I do a lot of decorating in it and lots of washi, and it's just really fun, and it's like my happy planning place where I can go to, you know, work on anything to do with my planning hobby. So I've got about 20 pages left in this, and I think that will last me about another month. So around the end of December I'll switch over to this one, and the reason that I can do that before January is that this is actually a 16-month planner. So it starts in November of the previous year. So I really, you know, kind of could switch over to this any time from now. So I'm just going to wait until I filled up this one, and then I will move into it. And I haven't really decorated it at all yet, except I put these Sweet Kawaii design stickers on, but trust me, this is going to be very much decked out with stickers and washi and vellum and stuff. So I'm just waiting until this gets full, and then I'm going to start setting this one up, and I'll use it in the same way. So this is my second year using one of these, and I absolutely love it. It's perfect as a planner, and so I'm really looking forward to having a whole stack of these on my shelf. And I like the idea that I'll have the same exact model year after year, and they'll just be in different colors. So I think that that is really cool, and I'm looking forward to setting up the new one. So that is the third new planner that I'm going to be introducing for 2020. And so far, all of the planners that I've shown you are replacing a like planner, right? They're just a new version of the exact same model. But this new planner is a bit different. So this is a Paperblanks Ultra horizontal weekly planner. This is what the layout looks like. And as you can see, this is the same design that I have in a B6 version. You might have seen that on one of my other videos. The B6 version is what I use as my well-being planner, and that's an 18-month planner, so I'm going to be carrying it over into 2021. But James and I love this design so much that we decided to get another one of these in a bigger size, and I'm going to be using this to write down jobs for James to remember to do around the flat. And I know that sounds really bossy, but I've explained this before. He actually likes it because if I ask him to do something, he will, you know, quite often forget. So if I just write it in the planner, then he knows to go here and look, and if there's anything that I wanted to remind him to do, it will be here, and then he can do it. So he actually likes this. Obviously it doesn't work the other way around, because if he asks me to do something, being, you know, an incorrigible planner addict, I will just immediately write it in my planner. So we call this the J Hub because it's for James, and this is not actually replacing a similar planner from 2020. It's replacing this, which is a Happy Planner hardbound, and sadly they didn't seem to come out with another one of these hardbound planners this year. This seems to have been a one-off. I guess maybe it wasn't very popular or something. I don't know what happened, but I haven't seen them launch another one. So this was a 2020 hardbound planner. It's the Pastel Rainbows, I think, was the design, and we just found out that it worked really well. as a J-hub, and I had fun stickerating it, and James likes the fact that it's colorful, so we've been using this, and you know, like kind of we'll finish in December, and then I'll switch over to this one. And I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to stickerate it or not, because I've actually got quite a few different stickerated planners on the go right now. And so there's a fine line between like having fun and then having it be overwhelming, because if I start stickerating a planner, I feel like I have to keep it up for the whole year. So I might just leave this blank and just write the tasks on it. I'm not sure. I'll ask James what he would prefer, because obviously I can't say no to stickerating another planner if somebody asks me to. But this is just a really, really beautiful, nice quality planner, fountain pen friendly paper, and it runs for a calendar year, and it has some notes pages at the back, which we don't usually use for this type of a planner. We've had a J-hub in the past, but this is the first one that I have kept, I think, because before that we used like spiral planner and disc-bound planner and a ring planner, and unless it's a bound planner, I just end up like putting the inserts into the recycling. So that's one reason why I like bound planners better, because I somehow take them more seriously and I'm more likely to use them for the whole year. So yeah, I'm really excited to move into this, which I will be able to do in the last week of December. And I cannot wait for that, because it's just such a beautiful planner. So that is the J-hub. And now we move on to another Paperblanks, which is actually not replacing anything. This is just a completely new addition to my lineup. And if you have a look at this and compare it to this, you will see why I had to buy this. This is actually the star chart which this painting was based on, I believe, because in the description for this on the Hobonichi website, it says that this drawing was based on a 400-year-old star chart, and I think that that's this one, because this is from the 18th century, and it looks really similar. And I just fell in love with it as soon as I saw it, and I thought, oh my god, I have to find room for this in my lineup, because how can I not have this one when I've got this one? And like in a single year, 2 different planner companies came out with 2 planners that are based on a star chart from the 18th century, and I was like, I need them both. So that is how I ended up with this one. And like, look at the back. It's just so pretty. I love it. I absolutely love it. And it's another horizontal planner, so it's the same size and the same layout as this one, the wizard planner, which is what we call it because it's got a wizard here on the front. Its actual name is Maiden Voyage, but it has a dragon and a wizard, and it's just really cool. Also an astronaut on the back. There he is. And another wizard. So flying on a fish. But yeah, it's incredible. I love it. So this one, James and I decided we're going to use to plan fun stuff for us to do together, like date night kind of stuff, because I work a lot and sometimes I get carried away working, and then like, you know, we realize that it's really late, and because I work from home, I worked from home several days a week before the pandemic, but now I work from home all the time, and so, you know, the sort of boundary between work and non-work is very, very fuzzy. And so I thought that it would be helpful to have this so that we could plan like every day or every couple of days we'll do something nice together. And I'm not sure if I'm going to stickerate this, but I thought if we do it together, it might be nice to just like, you know, put a bit of decoration on it, because James also likes decorating planners. He likes stickerating. So yeah, this is going to be the James and Lily Fun Hub, and this isn't replacing anything. So strictly speaking, I might be getting in over my head with another planner, but I thought this could be quite light, as in, you know, we only have to put 1 or 2 things on it every couple of days, and I think that will be manageable, and it will just be a nice way for us to like kind of, you know, put a focus on doing nice things together. And look at the 2 of them together! Ah! It's beautiful! So that is a completely new addition to my lineup. And then we move on, last but not least, to this giant A4 plus Leuchtturm horizontal weekly planner. It's so big that it can't even fit in the frame, but like this is what it looks like. And I got it embossed, so that's upside down, but let me show you. So it says Lily, James, and the Pack 2021. The Pack is our 3 dogs. And this is going to be a memory keeper. And this is replacing my 2020 memory keeper, which is this one. And I decided not to buy the new version of this, but I wanted a planner that basically had room to do lots of like kind of fun stickerating, lots of big colorful stuff, which is how I've been using this. And you can see I've been using this all year. I actually started around the beginning of lockdown, so I think late March, and then I back planned the rest of it. And the reason that I could do this was because I already document my day in my A6 5-year Hobonichi Techo, and so I just went back and like kind of you know, filled in some of the more memorable things that I'd done, and that's how I've been using it ever since. I basically wait until the following week, and then I go back in and just make spreads detailing the most memorable things that we did the previous week. So this is my first memory keeper. I've never done memory keeping before, and I absolutely love it. And it's something that I started doing during lockdown, and I thought, well, this is an experiment because I had this planner and I wasn't sure what to do with it. And then I thought, I'll just experiment and see if it sticks. And it did, and I really like it, and so I want to keep doing it next year. And so I decided that this planner would be a good one to use because even though this is vertical and this one is horizontal, I thought it's the closest in size, and I wanted to have something that was big enough that I could use like the massive Happy Planner stickers, you know, the ones that fit in the big Happy Planner. And I thought that this would be good for that because I can also make all kinds of fun vertical spreads if I have something that, you know, extended over more than one day. So this is quite an experiment because I've never had such a big planner before. Like A4 cannot fit it in the frame, as I said. Like, look at how it compares to this Ultra Paperblanks, which is only a little bit smaller than B5. So, you know, this is a pretty big planner. And I would not want to use this as an actual planner, but I thought for memory keeper it would be fun, and I think I feel up to the challenge. And I don't mind if there's some white space, but it will mean that I can use all kinds of different stickers and not have to worry about them being too big to fit in it. So I also like this because it's a nice neutral blank spread, which means that I can just, you know, fill it with whatever kind of color combination I want. And the only thing about it that annoys me is you probably can't even see this because it's so massive. It has a shared weekend, and that is normally a deal breaker for me. But because this is a memory keeper, it doesn't matter to me so much because it's really just about documenting the fun things or the memorable things that happened that week. And so I don't care if there's a bit less room for Saturday and Sunday. It's okay. So yeah, this is making me a little bit nervous because it's so big and it's such an experiment, but I'm also excited about it. So I am going to be able to start this at the end of December as well. So it's a Monday start. The other thing that I like about it is that it doesn't have monthly spreads, and that's because for a memory keeper, I've kind of struggled to use the monthly spreads in this. So what I've done here is I've just gone back at the end of the month and filled in, you know, kind of some color and just picked out a few highlights and, you know, put them in here. But I feel like it's a little bit redundant for memory keeper because this whole thing is memories, so I don't actually need a separate monthly memory spread, and I didn't want to leave it blank. So I actually prefer this layout where there's some stuff at the beginning which I can just ignore. There's this like little vertical yearly calendar, and it's only 2 spreads, and then it's got one for the following year, and so I don't mind ignoring that. And then it's got a couple of spreads with international holidays and a project plan, so it's actually very minimal amounts of stuff that it has at the beginning that I'm going to ignore. Maybe I'll figure out something to do with these, I'm not sure, but I think I can just ignore them or maybe decorate them with some stickers, and then it just moves straight into the weekly spreads, and then it just continues like that for the whole of the year. And then it has some blank note pages at the end, which I can either leave blank or maybe do some special spreads with if there's some kind of particular thing that I want to document. But I think I'm happy really just having the weeklies, because afterwards if I want to look through it, it will just be, you know, weekly, 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 and kind of go all the way through the whole year. So I'm super excited about this one, but a little bit nervous about the challenge of the size. So I spent a lot of time looking for a memory planner to replace this one, and it was quite a struggle, and I feel like this is the best option, but time will tell. I'm determined to use it, and I'm really looking forward to starting it, but yeah, I'm interested to see how it works out. So there we have it. These are my new planners and journals for 2021. We have the Leuchtturm A4 Plus Memory Keeper, We have the Paperblanks Ultra Horizontal Constellations, Paperblanks Ultra Horizontal Wizard Planner. We have the B6 Plus Leuchtturm Monthly Planner. We have the Embrace the Constellations Standard Weeks. And we have the A6 Hobonichi English Planner. So quite the stack, especially when you put it together with the other planners that I am carrying forward into 2021. But most of these are replacing a similar planner, right? So it's not like I'm adding anything new to my lineup. I'm just replacing a new one for an old one. So, or the opposite, replacing an old one with a new one. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm sorry about the lighting. It's nighttime here, but I really wanted to get this video out because it's been longer than I had planned since my last video. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you again soon. Bye!